In Classwork 6-5, we cover multiplicity. Sometimes a polynomial equation has a factor that appears more than once. This creates a multiple root. In 3x to the fifth plus 18x to the fourth plus 27x cubed equals 0 has two multiple roots, 0 and -3. For example, the root 0 is a factor 3 times because 3x cubed equals 0. The multiplicity of root r is the number of times that x minus r is a factor of p of x. When a real root has even multiplicity, the graph of y equals p of x touches the x-axis but does not cross it. When a real root has odd multiplicity, greater than 1, the graph bends as it crosses the x-axis. You cannot always determine the multiplicity of a root from a graph. It is easiest to determine multiplicity when the polynomial is in factored form. If you take a look at the picture, the point -3, 0 has a root -3. The -3 has a multiplicity of 2 because the graph touches at -3, 0. If you take a look at the point 0, 0, the root 0 has a multiplicity of 3. The graph bends near the point 0, 0. Question number 6 says a polynomial has two zeros, a 0 at x equals 0 with a multiplicity of 3 and a 0 at x equals 3 with a multiplicity of 2. What is the degree of the polynomial? Now remember, the degree is the highest sum of exponents on a term. So if we have a 0 at x equals 0 and we have a 0 at x equals 3, this one has a multiplicity of 3 and this one has a multiplicity of 2. The total degree of the polynomial is going to be the sum of the two multiplicities. So the degree would be 5. A polynomial of degree 6 has two zeros. So this one, it's giving us the degree. So the degree, or the total, of the multiplicity should be 6. We have two zeros, a 0 at x equals 1 with a multiplicity of 3, and a 0 at x equals -4. What is the multiplicity of the 0 at x equals -4? Okay, if we subtract, we see that 3 multiplicity and 3 gives us 6 for our total degree. So now we're going to subtract the total degree minus the multiplicity of the other 0 to get the multiplicity of the second 0, which is 3. Give the multiplicity of each of the zeros of the parabola. Okay? Since it's a parabola, we know that this is x squared. Okay, so we know that this is a degree of 2. Okay. We have a 0 here at 2, so the 0 at 2 has a multiplicity of 1, and the 0 at 4 also has a multiplicity of 1, because the multiplicity, 1 plus 1, needs to equal the total degree, which is 2.